Before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not? Sub to me by now. My content is fire. From shows and reviews, videos, stop motions, tour reviews, tour photography breakdowns, music occasionally. My Instagram and TikTok are all linked down below. And yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of news to get into on this video. First up here, we have via Weibo user that I have no idea how to read Chinese or Japanese language or whatever that is, so I'll just throw up an image. There's the source. We have our first look at Jada Toys Rise of the Beast die-cast 1/32 scale wheel jack, aka for the fans out there, Pablo. He looks pretty cool. Nice little van that is obviously his alt mode, and typical Rise of the Beast mainline box art. And then at the bottom there you can see his character design. One thing that would be really cool about this is if the side door opens up and you could put Rise of the Beast Studio Series Core RC up in there to replicate that scene that we see in the very first trailer from December. That would be crazy. That would definitely make me want to pick this up and do some toy photography or stop motions with that. That would be pretty cool if it does. I really hope it does, because if it will, I don't know, I might just have to pick that up. I don't know. But the front doors do open, it appears, so there's some nice details and some play features with it. So yeah, if you want to get a die-cast 1/32 scale wheeljack, you sure can at some point this year. Next up, we have our first look at a variant of Legacy Breakdown via Cheffatron on YouTube. I don't know how he got a hold of this, probably bought it off somewhere. And I think this is the breakdown repack in wave 4 or 5 of Legacy, if I'm not mistaken, Legacy Evolution of this year. So he threw up some comparison shots. There's definitely, it looks like a new head sculpt, and then there's some different paint on the chest and on the arms. Those little divots on the upper arms there are picked out in red and looks like yellow. And then the bottom of the feet, you got some of that G1 toy detailing with the red, silver, and yellow paint at the bottom there. And then his gun is colored blue this time, according to the show, instead of the black, which I think is toy accurate, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's very interesting here that there's a lot of differences. You could have more of a show-accurate breakdown and swap the guns with each other. Next, this just happened like 10 minutes ago at the time of this recording, but we have some mainline Autobots Unite subline collection stock images from eBay user Ruby Marilite. And these are basically just repaints and repacks of the Bumblebee movie figures. Legends class from this barricade mold has been used. This is a remold of the 2007 Legends class barricade. So this mold has been in circulation for almost 20 years, which is crazy. But yeah, Legends class, Energon igniters, one-step changers, it looks like too. So it looks like there's an interesting little subline within the Rise of the Beast mainline called Autobots Unite. Not sure if this is going to be like a store exclusive or something. Might be a Walmart exclusive, but who knows. It is that time again to talk about some Legacy toy leaks on the TFW board. So Praxis, yet again, he's back at it. He's saying that the Amazon subline that Nacelle is coming from is going to be a comic universe inspired subline, and he also dropped in there that a Marvel Comics Soundwave and minor IDW Megatron are being considered or will be in this subline coming out later on this year. So, my thoughts on that. I think that would be really cool. I really hope the rumored Pack Rat and Fractal that have been in circulation in the rumor mill for like 2 years now since Kingdom started. So, I really hope those two are in there. I really want to see Universe 2004 Optimus Primal, maybe a Cryotech. As you can tell, a lot of my wants are Beast Wars characters, so I really hope, because I think the original... I had to delete space on my camera, but anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, the original thought process of the Amazon subline and the rumor leak mill was that it was going to be sort of Beast Wars, Beast-esque type of line, I think, and then it was also rumored that it would be a Wrecker subline, so I think we might be getting a mishmash of different characters. because of what we heard about previously. So I think there's going to be a couple Beast era comic characters, a couple Wreckers, and then of course the Marvel Comics Soundwave and IDW Megatron, basically covering every little aspect of the comic universe within Transformers, and then obviously Nacelle. So they're basically going to be covering Marvel, IDW, Beast Wars / fun publication / BotCon type stuff. So yeah, it seems like they're basically trying to cover all bases on the comic side of things within the subline, if it really does turn out to be a comic universe subline, which I think would be really cool if the character choices are good. Marvel Comics Soundwave doesn't really interest me too much because it'll probably just be a repaint of either Siege or Netflix Soundwave, which I might get, I don't know, depending on how they handle the colors. Minor IDW Megatron. Now, Praxis was saying it could be a Siege Megatron retool, if I'm remembering things correctly. So, if it is just a slight retool with a couple added extra parts similar to Shattered Glass Megatron, I would be a little bit disappointed because I really do not like that body mold of Siege Megatron. No wrist swivel, hollow forearms, no hand articulation, terrible ball-jointed head. I mean, come on. Jixis and Tarn handle it way better at Voyager class price point. Why can't they do it with the big bad of Transformers, one of the main and popular characters of all time within the Transformers universe and in general in pop culture? I think that Siege Megatron mold is outdated, what I'm basically getting at. And I hope they do some serious remolding specifically in the head region and in the forearm region to give him hand articulation, wrist swivel, and maybe fill in that gap there on the wrist. So I really hope it's an extensive retool similar to DevCon from Blur. But if it's not, hey, just gonna have to take what you can get. And then next up, quick shout out to TF Universe on Instagram for making me aware of this. So Hail King Crimson, I believe this was last night in one of the toy rumor boards. He said he was told some leaks, and he listed some. He said Armada Tidal Wave as the commander in 2024. Leader class Lugnut is 2024 to 2025. Minor Megatron and Marvel Soundwave are legit, so a bit of an update / confirmation from what I talked about with Praxis. And then Deluxe Demolisher and Sideways are coming. Voyager class Vector Prime is happening. Core class Signal Lancer is happening. And then he credited Hot Convoy server, which I'm guessing is on Discord for the info. So, what I also wanted to say before I get into the list and my thoughts on that is Rekigar, who, if you guys remember, he was a prominent leaker during, I think, Earthrise and Kingdom, that era, and early parts of Legacy, so he's very credited. He got a lot of things right back then. He said one of the things on this list that I just read was correct, and I'm guessing it's either Tidal Wave or the Amazon subline Megatron and Soundwave stuff. And then JT Prime 17, he said something similar, but a little bit different. He said two of those things are actually in Hasbro's consideration to be made into figures. And he said that a lot of this stuff isn't finalized for later on in 2024 and in 2025, so a lot of things could be canceled or moved around, which we've seen before. Because Antagony in 2021... she was rumored, and she's just now coming out in November after 2.5 years of being in the rumor mill. So a lot of these things aren't going to be coming right away, or they're just not true at all. So just to throw that out there for you guys before I get into this list. So, okay. Commander Armada Tidal Wave, that's pretty much a given. We already know this. They pretty much sort of confirmed it in the last live stream from last week with Megatron that they're going to be combining. And then Leader Class Lugnut, that's been going around the past few days with leakers, so we're not too sure on that. And then there were rumors that the Lugnut is going to be a retool for a Blackout figure inspired by his animated design and his Movieverse design, which is pretty cool. And then obviously Lugnut will be based off of his animated look, which won the fan poll last year to get a figure. So we've been expecting this guy for quite some time now, so he's pretty much a given too. Minor Megatron and Marvel Soundwave as the Amazon subline in there. They're going to be in that subline. Praxis is saying that. Hail King Crimson is now saying that, so it must be true. I'm not sure. And then Voyager class Vector Prime, I could see that happening considering they gave us the remold of Cybertron Optimus back during Siege, even though I would prefer redo on that figure. Or they could just straight up re-release the reissue, re-release the original Leader class figure somehow to get that out there again. Vector Prime, I could definitely see happening. I would love to see that. I'm trying to track down the original, so I'm kind of thinking to myself, I kind of hope it doesn't happen because A, probably won't come with its minicon, and B, it might not be done as good. Who knows, in terms of articulation and transformation, it could be better. I don't know. Core Class Signal Lancer. Now that is absolutely crazy. That is one that I definitely do not believe will be happening anytime soon, simply based off the fact that there are so many other characters that need new figures, or characters that have never even gotten a figure in toy lines ever before Signal Lancer. I just think that is insane. But then again, there are a lot of figures that we've been getting the past couple years that we didn't think we would be getting in years. So Signal Lancer doesn't seem too far-fetched. But then again, guys, just remember that this list, only one or two of them are correct, judging by what more credible leakers like JT Prime 17 and Rekgar are saying. So, who knows? Time will tell. Plans change. But yeah, this is the newest leak for Legacy so far. And the last thing I want to cover in this video, guys, is Aleximus Primus on the TFW boards on the movie threads. He posted here, he was in contact, he said here, with Film Extra on Twitter, and they dropped some info saying that the runtime for Rise of the Beast currently is 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 15 seconds. And he asked, is that the final runtime? And the person said, maybe. So, we are looking at just a little under a 2-hour Transformers movie on this big spectacle with all this action and characters going on. I've seen some people being doom and gloom about this. Me personally, I think it can work because the plot doesn't seem too crazy or too out there for a movie that's only going to be 2 hours. I don't think it needs to be 2.5, 3 hours like the previous Bayverse movies. I think short and sweet, similar to the Bumblebee movie, while being a little bit longer, because I think the Bumblebee movie was, like an hour and 45 minutes? So yeah, a 2-hour movie I think could work. There's only about 15, 16 Transformers characters, which is about on par with the past movies, maybe even a little bit less, so I think they can handle that. It's not like there's a lot going on with these characters or the plot, like I said before, so I wouldn't worry just yet, but yeah, I think this could work. 2 hours seems right to me, but again, who knows? We don't know much about this movie. We haven't even seen that much footage yet, in the movies a little under 2 months away, so but yeah, hour 59 minutes 15 seconds, not too bad. Let me know down below what you guys think about the current Legacy leaks. Which ones do you think are true? Again, I think Tidal Wave is a given, and also along with Lugnut, since he won the poll last year to get a figure made. So yeah, let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
I go by Man Terror, and I was gazing at a Black Arachnia poster.